My name is Julian Gorman, and I'm the head of Asia Pacific for GSMA, the Global Trade Association for Mobile Network Operators. Thank you to the Economic Times for the invitation, but also for hosting this event and contributing to a very important debate and discussion of the 5G vision and journey for India. I've been invited to comment on the 5G as a new revenue driver. I would like to respond to that concept with what I believe is the bigger question of what do we need to do to make sure it is a revenue and economic driver. Around the world now, the first live commercial 5G networks are now more than 18 months old, and global customers are growing strongly in the tens of millions of consumers. There's around 144 5G networks have been launched, with more than 90 more being announced as coming in the near future. There's over 200 5G devices already in the market. So in terms of previous generations, it's moving faster than ever before. And by the end of this year, we expect that 5G will reach 1 in every 5 people globally. Operators between now and 2025 are expected to spend around $1.1 trillion globally on mobile capex from now, and around 80% of that will be on 5G networks. So considered another way, we are moving past the pioneer wave and moving to the next phase. Nevertheless, it is naive to think that as the pioneers move towards 2-year-old networks, and in some countries population coverage getting well beyond 50%, that the journey to 5G or the path to 5G is uniform or universal. We do see services, we do see demand, and we do see revenue, but the 5G story is not just revenue. It is a story of enabling digital transformation and innovation, and 5G as a driver of new revenue is about making sure the ecosystem is ready for 5G, or more importantly, how can we accelerate the ecosystem to create a sustainable 5G era? To complicate our understanding of the ecosystem required for 5G, we need to recognize that for the last 12 months, it has significantly changed the business and society and economic landscape by COVID-19, and the world around the building 5G on has changed significantly. Just to contrast, the first 5G networks were launched around 9 months before COVID-19 delivered its worldwide impact on how we interact with each other and the world around us as a part of the control measures. Our early estimates place the short-term impact of negative 18% on 5G user growth. Already a month into 2021, we can already see that we have some time to go until we reach a new normal, or the new balanced normal post-COVID-19. For the mobile industry, which has 5.2 billion subscribers and contributes 4.1 trillion of global GDP, COVID-19 pandemic has quite literally put us at center stage. Right now, the whole world depends on mobile connectivity to be able to continue with life, albeit in a different life than what it was before. We now all accept we need to accelerate the digital transformation of industry, government, society, and the economy. Unfortunately, digital transformation is a complex issue, and 5G must be part of any digital national vision. However, that vision must be placed in local context and timeframes, and 5G must be built on the foundations of a transforming, engaged, and innovative digital ecosystem. In short form, really, we need to get 4G right and build strong foundations for a 5G future. The availability of 5G, together with AI, IoT, and big data, is considered to bring us to the era of intelligent connectivity, turning on the tap for digitization across all industries and across the whole economy. 10 years ago, none of us had heard of WhatsApp, Instagram, Uber, Spotify, and other companies like that. They're just some of the billion-dollar companies that have built 5G and brought 5G into many people's homes. Over the next decade, a similar wave of mobile-led technology unicorns will be born from 5G and will drive our future economies. But the 4G transformation did also not happen overnight. Reasonably priced smartphones, mobile broadband penetration and usage, mobile payments and financial services, and digital literacy are some of the other factors in 4G success. It also happened during a period of organic subscriber growth, in which most countries are now coming to the end of. So what does that mean for 5G? There has been continued to be a wide discussion about the business case for 5G, from the cost and complexity of deploying a network to the use cases and scale of customer base who will be used 5G services. Each nation has its own parameters to use and consider. What is clear for all countries is many of these variables can be changed to be more advantageous by policy, planning, and collaboration. Looking at 5G pioneer nations, they've built their launches on high 4G mobile broadband penetration, high smartphone penetration, advanced manufacturing technology industries, and generally high ARPU. By example, Australia had over 80% 4G penetration and the same level of mobile broadband penetration at launch, providing a deep and digitally advanced customer pool, even though a relatively small population. The pioneer market's progress and development since launch proves the transformative potential of 5G, with growing numbers of innovation and examples being exposed. By contrast, India and other APAC nations who may enjoy population scale must consider implementation of favourable policies and regulatory frameworks to address factors that may place the sustainability of their 5G vision at risk. In India, 4G penetration has rapidly increased in the last few years. However, the coverage gap, or people covered by mobile broadband but not using it, remains very high and raises questions about the stored digital potential to support 5G-driven transformation. Our vision at the GSMA is to unlock the full power of connectivity so that people, industry and society thrive. 5G is part of that story and a critical part of that story, and the mobile industry will continue to be the foundation for that and what it does best. But it is imperative that the policy and regulatory frameworks necessary for an efficient and effective deployment of 5G are put in place. By example, spectrum needs to be made available on reasonable and financially sustainable terms. A timetable for internationally aligned spectrum bands needs to be made available and developed, including planning for new spectrum bands in the future. And the innovation ecosystems to create the use cases and to solve real problems in each country need to be nurtured and cultivated to use the technology to advance economic and social benefit for the nation. Without these considerations, 5G will not achieve its future potential, and the future of 5G as a new revenue driver will be far less certain. Thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your day.